Hello and welcome, little ones, dear Enoch, Sarah, Abigail, and little Joela, and all the little ones to come. Today I'll be reading you a little story. It's about the rainbow from the Bible. The thing about this story, it is a story poem. So this is a poem by your great-grandmother, Belliamachi. And she wrote it long time back. Her name was Omanakutty Varghese. Now this was later printed and published by Belliapachan in the book A Journey Through the Bible. Now this is not the original book. This is the final proof edited book. The last proof edited book. So because I couldn't find the original book, I'll put the original book for you some other time. And so I'm reading it from this book. So you can see all the corrections in red. There was lots of corrections and all. So this is the proof edited, the last piece. And this poem was written by her. She used to write poems. And so many of the Bible stories she used to write like little poems. So if I can find them someday, maybe I'll read them out for you. Now this one is the rainbow. This is Enoch, very specially for you actually, because you are the one who loves the rainbow. And remember, we always used to spin tales about the rainbow. So I hope you enjoyed this poem, all three and all four of you, and the ones who might listen later on, and all those who are listening. Okay, it goes like this. The Rainbow by Mrs. Omanakutty Varghese. The generations of Adam, innumerable. So, skip to Lamech. Lamech had a son, 4 letters to his name, Noah. Noah. Noah had a wife, 3 sons too, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, who all had wives too. Noah, his wife, his sons, their wives, they all prayed to God. Hours passed, days rolled by, weeks crept by, months gave way for years ahead. 501. God made man, he made woman, he made all things. On a sunny day, he looked down on earth. No kings, no queens, no parliamentarians to reign. Violence and corruption manned the flesh that had breath. Dismay stirred up anger. He walked up and down, stamped his footstool, waved his sword, thundered on his drums. He had made man in his own image. Eradicate them? His heart grieved, for he cherished his form in man. He paced up and down, to and fro. He lifted his 7-colored bow and gazed down. In Noah alone he was pleased. A just man was Noah, perfect in worship too, neither too old nor too young. 500 years old, and a wife sweet to behold. 3 sons and their wives, they all worshipped God. A covenant God made in words with Noah and ordered him to make not a helicopter, not a submarine, but an ark with many rooms. Not of steel, not of iron, not of gold, nor of silver, but an ark made of gopher wood, a window, a cubit from above, a door in the side. The ark was not small, measuring, as God commanded, 300 into 50 into 30 cubits. Man must perish from the face of earth, save Noah and his family. 7 from each of the clean animals marched in pairs. 2 from each of the unclean marched in doubles too. 7 each of the birds of the air entered into the ark, and 7 days later the door of the ark remained shut by God Himself. The windows of heaven opened, and deep fountains swelled and opened up to cause rains upon the earth for 40 days. 40 days and 40 nights. Children welcomed the rains, the first of its kind, made paper boats and played. Soon a realization of fright seized them. Helter-skelter they ran. All ran, for lives were in danger. Earlier, they had not cared their lives to be mended. A big kirau of water surrounded, snatching every breath of life. Woe prevailed. No ration shops existed then. No helicopters to shower food. No Red Cross to assist the sick. No rescue operations. Sorrow kept on mounting till all came to a standstill. A dreadful silence prevailed. Each and every heart. Alas, there were no hearts left to sorrow, for all were dead. 40 days over, 40 nights over, a cold breeze passed over, and the waters were assuaged. The fathomable depth was 10 and 5 cubits, and in it lay immersed all the living, all the non-living, save the ark. Then God closed the deep fountains, the windows of heaven, and looked up on the ark. On the 7th day of the 7th month, the ark rested upon the mount called Ararat. The days became brighter. A raven let loose to test the weather came back. A dove sent later fluttered and flew around, and finding no place to land, came back. Noah let it in. A dove sent later. 7 more days passed. Noah let out a dove. Once more she returned with an olive leaf in her beak, and the waters dried up from the face of the earth. On the 1st day of the 1st month, the 601st year, and Noah came out, and all in the ark, as God asked them to. On the 27th day of the 2nd month, when the ground too was dry, and God blessed Noah on the face of the earth to bear good fruit and multiply again. Noah built an altar in gratitude and worshipped God, he and all that he had. 9 lives. Then God fixed his bow, his 7-colored bow, and set it in the cloud, a token between him and man, to never, ever destroy the earth again by waters in a flood. And even unto this day, the 7-colored bow we see, a token of the love of God that he has still for man. So bow your head when you see the bow. Colors different. Count them one by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Call it Viptior. Bow and worship him just like Noah did. Bow and worship him just like Noah did. Hope you enjoyed this little poem by your Williamachi, Mrs. Omanakutty Varghese.